to the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing.
Lee to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
Trying this contact though.
As wide left of the racetrack, Chris Renner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the outside the parabolica. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cut back here. Get the run out the parabolica. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schumacher, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Welcome to Auto Club Speedway. This is the second race in the first round of the Paskys Cardiac Truck League. My name is Sam Cooper Bennett. I'll be in the booth with you for tonight's race, riding solo. Unfortunately, my broadcast partner, Mr. Tony Trapasso, is a bit under the weather, so thoughts go out to him and hopefully he has a speedy recovery. But tonight, we are here for another big race in the trucks. And the question is, who is going to come out on top tonight? Going to be a fantastic race here tonight. Parker Alexander sticking up the show last time round and upsetting all the chase contenders by taking the win. But regardless, here we are, and we are going to be going into qualifying very soon, as I need to go and download something. So I'll be back in just a couple of minutes. In the meantime, just stay there, sit tight. I'll be back just after these messages.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
The first round by 35 points. Matt Kleinschmidt in second. John Jenkins sits third. Kyle Gilbert in fourth. Dylan Moskowitz currently sitting in fifth place in the chase standings. Sixth place is Sean Weaver. Seventh is league owner Kevin Paskys. And right on the bubble is Mike Whitaker, but he is a good 6 points ahead of Jeffrey Meyer, who is there just below him. Chris Bouchard just outside, 6 points behind as well. Chad Witt 11 points back out of the chase, out of the round of 8, sorry. And Brandon Stokes 28 points off the bubble line there. So unfortunately, he has got a lot of uphill work to do here tonight. I believe he's here tonight. The answer is no, he is not here tonight, so I'm going to assume Brandon Stokes might be out of this tonight. But anyway, let's go straight to tonight's main event here, as we are going to go straight to the race broadcast here, brought to you by Bro for Broadcasting and presented by Paskys Sports and more. So currently on the pole right now is Mr. Parker Alexander, currently sitting on pit road there. There is Kevin Paskys in the number 7. And you see the yellow numbers on their trucks. That is to signify that they are in qualifying indeed. Let's put up the qualifying standings as they are. So Parker Alexander on the pole. John Jenkins sits second. Third is Hunter King. Second now is Ray Black Jr. Great time for him, 40.837. That puts John Jenkins down to third, Hunter King fourth, Tanner Costa fifth, the leader in the chase. Kyle Gilbert in sixth, seventh is Chris Bouchard, eighth is Jordan Barry, ninth is Kevin Paskys, and rounding out the top 10 is Hoot Baker. So Hoot Baker really having a good run here tonight. Let's go to him right now. I'm not sure if he's out on track. And he is. Let's not have that. There we go. As there is the man in the 82. Having a good qualifying so far. Wayne Carroll Jr. just outside the top 10. He's in 11th place. Bob Lacavara has already put his time down. As Bradley Allison, who has been running very strongly in the both Indy Classic Series as of late. Looking to have a good race here tonight. He's just sitting outside the top 10, just behind Hoot Baker. James McDavid in the Krispy Kreme number 92. He's there in P15 right now. We've got a few drivers out on track that haven't taken time yet. Matthew Tyrrell being one of them in the Haynes number 78. And he just goes second place, so great time for him. A bit further back. Let's go and see who else is out on track. Nobody is out on track actually at the moment. Got Parker Alexander, who did try and go out on track just a second ago but came back in again. Francois Pelletier. Oh, very slowly around track by the look of things. Yeah, just creeping around the track. Not sure what he's up to. Really don't know what he's up to. Wayne Carroll Jr. though, he's turning some laps here. So qualifying is just about 3.5 minutes. Oh, well, 3.5 minutes left to qualifying, and the top 10 is still as it is. But Fraser creeping around the track. What is going on with these guys? Take a look at the cockpit. Bit of strange strategy there for the 19 and the 555. Are they trying to burn fuel or? Not sure what's going on. Interesting. Nobody else has taken time. Matt Kleinschmidt hasn't taken time. Chad Witt hasn't taken time. Butch Frazier going at 15 miles per hour on the track hasn't taken time. Robert Dudley hasn't taken time. David Bigger has not taken time. Francois Pelletier also going 15 miles per hour on the track. Not taking time. Jeffrey Mine not taking time. Dylan Moskowitz not taking time. And Joe Morganti hasn't taken time either. Joe Morganti returning to iRacing after taking a couple of weeks out. So good to see him back. Training Paint's being a pain in the arse as per usual. Dylan Moskowitz out on track now in the Whataburger number 4. He's back in the orange scheme after running the pink scheme the last couple of weeks. But anyway, we are going to step away from qualifying right now as we ask all of you to rise from your seats, put your hands to your hearts as we go to tonight's national anthem. And that was the national anthem played by our very own Mr. Terry Adams. Qualifying is over, and with that, let's go to our grid for tonight's race as they're all getting lined up on the grid now. So Parker Alexander taking away the pole there. Joining him on the front row is Matthew Tyrrell. Row 2 will be Ray Black Jr. and John Jenkins. Row 3 will be Hunter King and Tanner Costa. Row 4 will be Kyle Gilbert and Chris Bouchard. And row 5 will be Jordan Barry and Bradley Allison. Row 6 will be Kevin Paskys and Rahoot Baker. Row 7 will be Robert Dudley and Wayne Carroll Jr. Row 8 will be Bob Lacavara and Devon Doss. Row 9 will be James McDavid and Marshall Newton. And row 10 will be Tyrone Harris and Dylan Moskowitz. Row 11 will be Sean Weaver and Johnny Antonucci. Row 12 will be Michael Whitaker and Francois Pelletier. Row 13 will be David Bigger and Butch Frazier. Row 14 will be Jeffrey Meyer and Matt Kleinschmidt. And row 15 will be Chad Witt and Joe Morganti. And that is your grid for tonight's race. Let's go straight to it then, shall we? We've got Parker Alexander lined up on the grid. We are ready to go for 100 laps here at Auto Club. It's going to be one hell of a show here. We can guarantee that. They always put on a good show, does this league. Last few have been a bit difficult due to a lot of cautions, but they know how to get it done in the end. And that man on the pole, been upsetting the show lately. Not been in the chase, but he is winning races. And that's what he does well. That's Mr. Parker Alexander I'm referring to. So through turns 3 and 4 they go. Through turn 3 for the first time. Through turn 4 for the first time. And as Tony would say, Grandpa, Papa Viagra, it's time to get it on for the Paskys Cardiac Truck Series. And we are underway here for 100 laps in the trucks. And already you can see Ray Black Jr. making very drastic moves with 3 wide for the lead. Going into turn 1. And Parker Alexander in a bit of trouble already as Ray Black Jr. forces his way to the front there and takes the lead. Meanwhile on the outside, Matthew Tyrrell going to have a word as well in this fight for the lead here as he fights to the outside of the 07. Not going to make it work this time as Tyrrell has to back off. And here comes Tanner Costa now up to 3rd place. He's leading the chase standings. Let's not forget, he's in 3rd place a bit further back. We've got Kyle Gilbert there and mired in traffic now. He's got Hunter King and John Jenkins right behind him. Chris Bouchard is right there too. Running a new paint scheme here tonight is Mr. Bouchard. Number 34, Jordan Barry, he's running a new paint scheme. He always runs a new paint schemes. He's like me. As Tanner Costa and Kyle Gilbert side by side. They're going to be almost 3 wide for 3rd place here. You don't want to be stuck in that middle lane. Sandwiched between 2 cars. This track is wide, but it can catch you out very quickly. As he slots there into 4th place now. But Joe Morganti currently sitting at the back there, and the number 53 just behind Matt Kleinschmidt and Francois Pelletier. Not sure what his strategy was in qualifying, but he's up to speed now. Meanwhile, back at the front, we've got Ray Black Jr. still in the lead here. Matthew Tyrrell is right there. Not letting the man in the 0-7 get away. Going to try the outside line there. Not going to make it work. He's lost a couple of car lengths there because of it. Parker Alexander dropped to 4th at the start, but he's going to make his way onto the inside of Tanner Costa as they come down the backstretch here on lap 4 of 100. Dives it to the inside. Tanner Costa going to try and come back at him though on the outside though of turn 4. Kyle Gilbert having a bit of a moment there coming out of turn 4. Back to Kevin Paskys there. He's mired in traffic as well, just behind Jordan Barry and just ahead of the resident Aussie Bradley Allison in the Dairy Queen truck. Loves running that paint scheme. Robert Dudley there back in P12. Hoot Baker in P13 running right behind the man in the 49, and short Wayne Carroll Jr. is there in 14th. Devin Doss rounds out your top 15 with Dylan Moskowitz right behind him right there, and Bob Lacavara sitting in P17 too. Everybody all together here. Tanner Costa's lost another position there to Hunter King now. He's dropped a couple of spots. Everybody's still minding their P's and Q's. We're on lap 6 of 100 here. No stages during the chase, and there is word along the pipeline that they might be abolishing stages altogether here. So that might make for some interesting racing. As the objective is just to get to the end of the race and not the end of the stage. Go back a bit further, got Ty Harris there back in P20 in the number 1. Pure White Machine just behind Mike Whitaker there in the 707. Mike Whitaker working to the inside of the 76 and Marshall Newton. Newton just dropping back a bit there. And he's going to lose a spot to Ty Harris if he's not careful. Tyrone Harris still not able to make his way around 76 though. Chad Witt there, just second from last there. Not sure what's going on with him. But Fraser is at the back. So just taking it easy on the early runnings. But here we are. Ray Black Jr. is starting to check out from Matthew Tyrrell now. Parker Alexander up to 3rd now. Chris Bouchard is side by side with Kyle Gilbert there as they make their way out of turn 4. And I can't help but think that Chris Bouchard might have it here as he crosses the line. He does get the position away from Gilbert. Gilbert going to try and cross him over into turn 1 though. Not going to make a stick, but we've got to watch this battle behind them as we've got a battle between Tanner Costa, Hunter King, John Jenkins, Jordan Barry and Kevin Paskys at the back of that as well. Bradley Allison is there and Robert Dudley. So we've got a nice 7-truck battle here. Throw a blanket over all those guys. You're a few truck lengths back to Wayne Carroll Jr. who's battling out with Hoot Baker there for the 13th spot. A bit further back you got Dylan Moskowitz all on his own. Everybody getting spread out near the back. Devin Doss just behind Dylan Moskowitz there, about 7/10 of a second now. Well, let's go back to this battle for 6th place here. Actually, Tanner Costas looks like he's checked out from John Jenkins. John Jenkins still got Jordan Barry all over his rear. And this is typical of John Jenkins. He likes to sit back in the early runs of the race. He's able to claw it back as the race progresses, so don't be too worried. If you're a John Jenkins fan, don't be too worried that he's that far back. He will come forward eventually, and he usually does. Same for Kevin Paskys. He usually sits back in the early runnings and then gets his runs going. But here comes Bradley Allison to the inside of Robert Dudley. Takes away the position there and moves up to the top 10 now. Taking a bit of the apron with him there. So Bradley Allison now up to the top 10. Robert Dudley can't sit back on his laurels though, as he's got Wayne Carroll Jr. all over the rear end of his number 49 ALS Association machine. Hunter King just there. He's dropped back a bit. He's got a bit of damage on the right side of his truck. I wonder if he scraped the wall at some point. I will apologise. I am on my own here, so can't catch everything out on track right now, unfortunately. As amazing as it sounds. So Hunter King's there, and Parker Alexander has caught Robert Hill Jr. is going to slide it to the inside there of the 07, the side-by-side as they come out of turn 4. Oh, bit of scare tactics there between Alexander and Ray Black Jr. Here comes Chris Bouchard though. Bouchard looking for a good points night here tonight, as he's looking to dive to the inside of Ray Black Jr. as well, and he does. Takes away second place from the 07. But Ray Black Jr. going to try and fight on the outside there, trying to use that high line. Trying to get something from that high line, but it's not going to work in the early run in this race. Not enough rubber down on the track for that high line to work just yet. But Parker Alexander back to the front now. Matthew Tyrrell has dropped back a bit and he's under... Oh, as Tyrrell hits the wall! That's going to let Kyle Gilbert get to the bottom side now. And he's going to scrub a bit of speed as here comes Tanner Costa now to the back of those guys. Going to dive into the inside of Gilbert. 3 wide as they come through turns 1 and 2. Yep, I was right. As we're under caution here, first caution of the night, and that is Robert Dudley in trouble. Take a look there and see what's going on. Oh, he had a bit of help from Mr. Wayne Carroll Jr. And that was enough to bring out caution number 1 here. He's back up and running again though. He's got a bit of damage. It looks like he's slightly caved in the nose of that truck. Let's here we are. They're behind the pace car now. Will they bring it down pit side? Who knows? Parker Alexander is your leader. We're going to step away for a quick commercial break. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes when we go green again. Do not go anywhere.
And he hits him again now. Ray Alfala into the outside wall.
He's going to pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's going to get them all done with. What amazing
Race lead to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is going to touch in. Pit press sideways. What a save.
Look to the outside as Cronkite goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
I tried. There's contact though.
slide left of the racetrack. Chris Leonard drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Paravolca. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Paravolca. That's beautifully done there. Michael Schubert, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
You rejoin us live here at Auto Club as we are 2x2 again. We're getting ready to go green once again as Chris Bouchard has control of the field here. Decided to actually won the race off pit road. Tanner Costa comes off second. Kyle Gilbert third. Parker Alexander fourth. John Jenkins in fifth. So problems for Parker Alexander on pit road there. But we're going to get him going again. Chris Bouchard has control. Tanner Costa in second. Kyle Gilbert is in third. 3 chase contenders in the top 3. John Jenkins not far back in 5th place. As there goes the pace car. Gonna get them going again. As there goes Chris Bouchard. We're under green again. Slow restart for Kyle Gilbert there as Tanner Costa got to use that outside line and take away 2nd place there. And keep 2nd place, I apologise. The thing about this restart is bunched everybody up again. Everybody was pretty spread out on the initial start, so everybody back up against each other again. John Jenkins on a battle with Ray Black Jr. Black Jr. on the outside there. Going to try and take away the position on that high line. Coming down the track and almost banging doors with John Jenkins as they go through turns 3 and 4. Coming towards the line now, Chris Bouchard has the lead there. And Parker Alexander side by side with Tanner Costa there. There's a drag race between Parker Alexander and Tanner Costa. Parker Alexander got the position away from him though. Now Tanner Costa, if he's not careful, is going to be under threat now from Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert going to get the draft off him going down the backstretch. Is Gilbert going to take it away from him? No, but here comes Ray Black Jr. He's going to try and take it away from Gilbert. No love lost between Ray Black Jr. and Kyle Gilbert in the past, so watch for those two. Hopefully they don't come to blows tonight. Kevin Paskys under pressure from Wayne Carroll Jr. Wayne Carroll Jr. already dealt one person the chrome horn tonight, so I want to see that happen again tonight. And one of the person that was spun out earlier, that is Robert Dudley, having a nice battle there with Joe Morganti. Morganti to his outside. Not going to take the position away this time round, just slots in behind the 49. We've got the 05 of Matt Kleinschmidt there to the outside of Bradley Allison. We're trying to get it to the back, the outside of Allison, as Allison chops his nose off going into turn 1. Kleinschmidt in the Weigel 05. That's a good shot of everybody there. That's what Pelletier having a battle with Hunter King right there. And King, he did win at Indianapolis, so he knows how to get it done. I think he won it. I think it was Indianapolis he won. I could be wrong. A bit further back, we've got David Bigger there right behind Hunter King. With Sean Weaver back there as well. Weaver having a very quiet race so far. All the way back in the lower part of the field. And Marshall Newton back there too, with Chad Witt right behind him. Butch Fraser there too. And Jeffrey Meyer 1 lap down. And Matthew Tyrrell has been on pit road for a long time now. Looks like his race might be done already tonight. Meanwhile, back at the front, Parker Alexander still under pressure from Tanner Costa, who's managed to get away from Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert himself still under pressure from Ray Black Jr. and John Jenkins and Wayne Carroll Jr. are side by side now. Wayne Carroll Jr. winning that battle there. Behind them, Kevin Paskys and Dylan Moskowitz having a battle as Paskys gets a bit into the wall there. And Dylan Moskowitz going to take the position away from him because of that. And Moskowitz now up to P8 now. Devin Doss occupies the last spot in the top 10. He is in some pretty clean air, but look at the drivers behind him. Who Baker up to 11th place now. He's got Mike Whitaker right behind him. And behind that, Bradley Allison leads a whole gaggle of trucks there. Robert Dudley there, Joe Morganti's there, Ty Harris is there, Matt Kleinschmidt is there, Jordan Barry falling back all the way back to P18, James McDavid and Francois Pelletier are there. No worries, Mark, we'll see you next week at Talladega. That should be a good one. So we've got a battle here for 5th place now as, no, 4th place. Ray Black Jr. did get around Kyle Gilbert. Wayne Carroll Jr. continuing his march through the field as he dives to the inside of Kyle Gilbert now. And he's got the position away there, so Wayne Carroll Jr. is still on a charge here. Going to try and get a twofer here as he goes to the inside of Ray Black Jr. Ray Black Jr. scares him down to the apron. But that's going to stop. That's not going to stop Wayne Carroll Jr. Carroll Jr. going to still keep it down on the bottom line and takes away 4th place there. So Wayne Carroll Jr. got a good truck underneath him tonight. Kyle Gilbert now going to try the inside line of Ray Black Jr. They're side by side as they come out of turn 4. Black Jr. going to win that little skirmish there. As there goes John Jenkins to the outside now. Going to slot him right behind Ray Black Jr. Black Jr. knew he was coming. And leaves him hanging on the high side. Dylan Moskowitz is there as well. And this race just really got dramatic very quickly. Kyle Gilbert though does have some front end damage, so wonder if that's affected him there. Dylan Moskowitz now moving to the inside of John Jenkins as they come out of turn 4. And Gilbert's going to try and make it 3 wide here as they come towards the line. Not going to make it work. Moskowitz going to keep it down on the bottom line, trying to take that position away from John Jenkins, and he does. Good move there by the man in the 4, the young Texan. Actually works at Texas Motor Speedway as a tour guide. So, go figure. Kevin Paskys there, just sitting in P9. Devin Doss still occupies the last spot in the top 10, but Hoot Baker is slowly reeling him in here. Much improved performance by the man in the 82. It's got Mike Whitaker just sitting right behind him. And Whitaker is in the chase here. So he doesn't want to be held up too much here. Still not going to try and make a pass on Hoot Baker. No, he's not. Robert Dudley is right behind him. And behind him has got a battle here between Matt Kleinschmidt, Joe Morganti and Brad Allison. Further up we've got a 3 wide battle here between Kyle Gilbert, Ray Black Jr. It's a 4-way battle actually. Dylan Moskowitz falling behind Ray Black Jr. again now. John Jenkins is up there in P5. Wayne Carroll Jr. has kind of checked a bit. Not able to completely get away from Jenkins. And need to be careful of this wall. Dylan Moskowitz getting very close to it. He's had to back off a bit. That's let Ray Black Jr. get away. Carl Gilbert going to try the inside line on the 4 now. Not going to make it work as Dylan Moskowitz cuts his nose off a bit. Kevin Paskys under pressure from Devin Doss now. Meanwhile, back at the front, Chris Bouchard still has the lead here in the number 28. Just ahead of Parker Alexander, who's sitting second. He's about half a second up the road from Parker Alexander. There they are together there. And that's what half a second looks like, folks. Hannah Costa just sitting back there in 3rd place. Let's go back a bit further in the field again. David Bigger currently occupies 19th. He's right behind Ty Harris and Hunter King. King is leading a whole host of trucks here. As he's got Tyrone Harris, David Bigger, Francois Pelletier, James McDavid, Jordan Barry, who's fallen even further back now. Johnny Antonucci is at the back of that pack as well. Chad Witt is a bit further back. He's about 3 seconds behind that battle. For Hunter King, we've got separate packs forming here. The problem is that behind Ray Black Jr., everybody else is starting to catch him. Ray Black Jr. doing a big snake there down the backstretch there, trying to stop Kyle Gilbert from taking the position away from him. Gilbert going to try the outside line here as they go into 3. Very audacious defending there by Ray Black Jr. As Kyle Gilbert's still going to keep it wound up on the high side. He's got the nose out in front, but he hasn't got the position completely. Has not got the clear just yet. Lost the push from Wayne Carroll Jr., who's fallen back now to P8 now. I think he's burnt the goodie off those tyres. As here comes Devin Doss to the inside of Carroll Jr. now. They're going to be 3 wide there. Ray Black Jr. getting a bit squirrely coming out of 4. And look at this pack of trucks here. Gilbert actually starting to get away from these guys now. And the Moskowitz there is now up to P6 now after passing Ray Black Jr. Black Jr. has fallen into the clutches of Kevin Paskys, and Wayne Carroll Jr. is right there too. Paskys going to try the inside line on the 07. Black Jr. not saved his tyres enough. He's going to fall backwards now on those older tyres. He's got the same amount of laps on the tyres as everybody else, but he's been fighting so hard. I'm wondering if there's any life left on them. Paskys going to go up the track to defend from Ray Black Jr. That is letting Robert Dudley just sneak on the inside there, and he takes away the position from Kevin Paskys. Great move there by the man in the 49. Recovered well. As we're under caution again. And I'm guessing that's David Bigger that was in trouble. Yes, it was. Wow! Go back a bit further for David Bigger there and see what happened. Okay, you see the back end starting to step out there as he goes through the corner. Gets a wheel on the apron. Back end really does step out this time. Tries to correct it and it snaps right into the wall. Luckily, nobody else collected in that. David Bigger brings out caution number 2 here at Auto Club. And he has no choice but to bring a pit side. So while we're under caution again, we're going to step away for another commercial break and take a caution of our own. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes.
into the outside wall.
Gonna pass nearly 3 cars down that front straightaway, and he's gonna get them all done with. What amazing!
Racely to the inside goes Logan Cloudman is gonna touch in. Pit press.
saved it.
What a save!
Look to the outside as Kroenke goes off. De Jong into second place.
Going for the switchback. Oh, pinpoint driving.
It's howling down to the inside.
He's trying this contact though.
Slide left of the racetrack. Chris Venner drives it back down underneath, and he takes that second spot right back. Joker goes to Garrett Lowe.
Garrett Lowe should take victory with all that contact. He's going to try and make the move around the upset the Paravolka. That's not going to work, but he's going to try and get the cutback here. Get the run out the Paravolka. That's beautifully done there. Makashube, there's a little bit of door banging as well.
Down into turn number 1. Another slide job and crossover.
The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost in intersection. Almost pushing each other into the intersection and around. It's going to be fun to keep an eye on some of the B-main bombers in this one.
Gotta keep an eye on it all, but this is the battle to watch right here, the battle for 3rd.
By the way, a little homework. Morris was able to make it back on track.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
And we are back live here at Auto Club. They are 2x2 again, and I believe Parker Alexander won the race off pit road here, so he might be starting on the outside, or was it? Might be Chris Bouchard actually. I could be wrong. I have been known to be wrong. Tyler Dudley, you're not late to the show, young sir. You are just in time to get us going again, or to see us getting going again. So no worries there. To everybody that's joining in, if you're new here, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you know that so you can see more from the channel. That's if you like what you're seeing, and tap the little bell to be notified of when we go live again, which will be Wednesday night when we go to Top Fuel Racing and the IR18s live from Michigan. It'll be interesting to see. Those of you are watching on Facebook, make sure you hit the like button, and make sure you hit the like button on the page as well. But anyway, back to tonight though, as the pace car's off and we're about to get him going again. Bouchard not wasting any time on the high line, but Parker Alexander getting a much better restart there and takes the lead away. John Jenkins up to third as we've got 3 wide for 4th place back there between Gilbert, Moskowitz and Paskys. They managed to get it all settled down there. 3 chase contenders battling it out there. Gilbert in 4th, Moskowitz in 5th, and Paskys in 6th. Mike Whittaker battling it out there with Matt Kleinschmidt with Joe Morganti right behind him. Morganti not wasting any time and getting to the inside of Kleinschmidt. Can he make the move stick though? He's got Mike Whittaker just in front of him. Whittaker jumps up to the track to defend from Kleinschmidt. Morganti going to try and stick the nose in there, but doesn't succeed as the wily old fox, Mr. Mike Whittaker, able to fend off as Dylan Moskowitz goes right down to the bottom of the track there. To the inside of Kyle Gilbert. Is he going to make the move stick though? That high line is starting to come into play now. You see the rubber down on the track. Kevin Paskowitz right there as well. Just recovering from a bit of an illness there, so he's looking to get back on top form here. Just slotting in right behind Gilbert here. Trying to make a hole through the middle. And he's going to try it here. We've got to try 3 wide. He's not going to make it work here as they both get past Dylan Moskowitz. There goes Paskowitz through the middle though. Going to try the bottom line on Gilbert. Gets a wheel on the apron though. Needs to be careful here. And all 3 of them sorted out again, but it's let Mike Whittaker to the back of them now as well. So this has become a bit of a long train of trucks there. Battling it out for P6 now. As Kyle... P5, I apologise. Kyle Gilbert is right there. Oh, we got a big wreck there behind! Looks like Jeffrey Myers involved in that. And Hoot Baker's involved in it too. Take a look there. Oh no, that was Hoot Baker and Bob Lacavara. Take a look at that. Hoot Baker was on the inside of Johnny Antonucci. And Bob Lacavara got into it with Brad Allison by the looks of things. We'll take a look at it from Brad Allison's perspective as he gets into it with Marshall Newton. Let's take a look there. And no, it was actually Robert Dudley and Bob Lacavara. I apologise there. Bradley Allison was a victim of circumstance there. Robert Dudley was sliding up the track. He actually got into the side of Hoot Baker to begin with. Then tried the bottom line there, slid up the track and meeting in the middle there. But looks like Bob Lacavara came down slightly as well. But the bigger mover there of the track there was Robert Dudley. He keeps it going, but Bob Lacavara into the inside wall there with Hoot Baker as well. Bradley Allison getting a big piece of that too. And I'm looking for Marshall Newton because he got a big piece of it. Look at the damage on that truck. Jeffrey Meyer got off okay. We are under caution again. Looks like Jeffrey Meyer has stayed out. Ray Black Jr. has stayed out. Butch Fraser has stayed out as well. Parker Alexander in pit road. As there goes Robert Dudley leaving pit road now. Oh, that was close. I think that actually went to Chris Bouchard. And it did. Matthew Tyrrell, I believe, has given up. No, he's not given up. He's 21 laps down, but he's still... Yeah, he's still 21 laps down. Let's run through your top 10 here. Ray Black Jr. is in the lead right now. Chris Bouchard is in second. Parker Alexander third. John Jenkins fourth. Kyle Gilbert in fifth. Kevin Paskys in sixth. Seventh is Dylan Moskowitz. Eighth is Mike Whitaker. Ninth is Devin Doss. And rebounding to P10 now is Hunter King as Ray Black Jr. finally brings it down pit road. Followed by Butch Fraser. That's going to give the lead of the race back over to Chris Bouchard. I just want to go through our schedule here. Don't forget, on Wednesday night we are back with Top Fuel Racing as they head to Michigan with the IR18s. Thursday we are with Somo as they take to the Charlotte track. Not sure if it's the Roval or the Oval. We'll soon find out when we go there on Thursday. Friday we go to Dover for the third race in the first round of the chase with Go Fast Racing, and the same can be said for Major League Esports as they take to the Monster Mile for the third race in their chase too. So, lots of action coming your way. And then Sunday, we've got the third round of the Beaufort Indy Classic Series as they go to Road Atlanta. Such an exciting series. And at this point, I think I'm just tooting my own horn here. Because I am the league owner of that one, so yeah, I can't really say much. Exciting race at Long Beach last night, but it was ultimately dominated by the man himself, Mr. Sage Karam. Lapped everybody in the field as he claimed such a dominant victory on the West Coast in the Lotus 79. Can he do it again at Road Atlanta? You'll have to tune in to find out for that one on Sunday. Sage Karam will be back in the race seat on Wednesday though, as again, Top Fuel Racing go to Michigan. It's not the new Michigan, it's the old Michigan, so classic track racing for the IR18s as we are 2x2 again as they go through turns 1 and 2. Chris Bouchard going to have control of the field again as we are about to go back to green. And let's see how things turn out here as we still have 30 trucks circulating around here, I believe. Unfortunately, Hoot Baker has fallen to 2 laps down, sorry. Hopefully you can get those positions back as we are going through turns 3 and 4 now. Chris Bouchard opting for the bottom line this time. Let's see how he can get, how much of a better restart he can get this time. As we wait for the pace car to make the left turn, there he goes. Waiting for Chris Bouchard to get him going. Holds him down this time. And away we go. Green flag is back in the air. As the save to the Tatars, number 28, gets a better restart this time. Look at John Jenkins now to the inside of Parker Alexander. and gets the clear. So John Jenkins up to second now. Parker Alexander having to relinquish the position. I really can't speak tonight. Dylan Moskowitz up to 4th place now. Carl Gilbert is right behind him in 5th. As Kevin Paskys going to try the inside line. Not going to make it work this time round as Matt Kleinschmidt making his way through the field still. He's right behind Paskowicz as he's just under a tiny bit of pressure from Mike Whittaker. So everybody all bunched up together. Hopefully they can spread it all out again like they did before. Wayne Carroll Jr. just working to the outside of Devin Doss there. He's going to try and go to the outside of Kleinschmidt as Wayne Carroll Jr. brushes the wall there. Coming out of 4. Not going to work. As here comes Hunter King as well and Jordan Barry. Everybody all bunched up still. I'm looking at Chad Witt there having a nice little battle back there with Joe Morganti. Just behind there. He's in a battle with Ray Black Jr. and David Bigger there. Brad Allison's there. Butch Frazier's there. And I'm predicting some shenanigans are about to happen here. As Ray Black Jr. will not stay off the back of Joe Morganti. All of them making it down the backstretch there into turn 3. Joe Morganti still able to stay ahead of Ray Black Jr. Junior going to try and take the nose in the inside there. Not going to make it work this time. Oh, very close to the wall there for Joe Morganti. Meanwhile, back in the front, we've got Chris Bouchard who's checked out now from Parker Alexander, who's now moved back up to 2nd place. John Jenkins is in 3rd. And has got Dylan Moskowitz for company there. And Kevin Paskowicz in a battle there with Kyle Gilbert. Side by side as they go down the backstretch here. Gilbert going to try the outside line there. Kevin Paskowicz 2 wheels on the apron. That's going to scrub a bit of speed off there. And there it is. Gilbert got more speed going across the line and he takes away the position. Now, can Mike Whittaker get round the 7? And he does. Wow, very easily. Mike Whittaker up to P6 now. As they're all there now. So Whittaker now up to P6. Can Kleinschmidt capitalise on that and try and get around Paskowicz? I don't think he can. He's a bit too far back. A bit further behind that, Francois Pelletier now finds himself in 9th place in the top 10 now. Just ahead of Devin Doss and Hunter King. Hannah Costa, he's fallen way back now. He's way back in P12. Just ahead of Jordan Barry, Wayne Carroll Jr. and James McDavid, who's moved his way up to P15 now. Johnny Antonucci a bit further back there in P16, just ahead of Ty Harris. John Morganti's fallen back. Not sure what's going on there. Side by side with Robert Dudley. Still side by side with Robert Dudley. Now John Jenkins is in the lead. What's happened to Chris Bouchard? There he is. Sorry, I was over-exaggerating that. Now, John Jenkins in third place. He's about half a second up the road ahead of Dylan Moskowitz, who's starting to reel him in now. Carl Gilbert himself is in a bit of trouble here. He's got Mike Whitaker right behind him. Whitaker's going to try and stick the nose in there on the inside. Not going to make it work this time. Going to try it again going into turn 1. He's down below. He's got alongside him now. Mike Whitaker, can he take the position away and move into the top 5? Gilbert not going to let him have it that easily. Still side by side as they go down the back stretch. And Gilbert going to win that little skirmish there as Whitaker going to get the nose in again going into 3. And Whitaker still at the bottom. And look at the guys behind him. Paskys and Kleinschmidt having a battle there themselves. And Paskys getting a run on the outside of Whitaker now. And takes away the position. Kleinschmidt gets around as well. And now, can they get past Kyle Gilbert? Because Gilbert seems to be holding them up slightly. Not completely, just ever so slightly. But he's defending very well from those guys, so he's every right to be battling up there. And I don't like this far camera, so we're going to go there. And the Moskowitz just on his own in 4th place. There he was, battling it out. But let's go back to the battle for 9th place here between Tanner Costa and Francois Pelletier. Costa got the inside line there as Pelletier is also under pressure from Hunter King now. King going to drive to the inside there of the 19. And Hunter King moves up to the top 10 now, along with Tanner Costa. Here comes Jordan Barry now to the inside of Pelletier. Not going to make the move work right now, or is he? No, he's not. You see the whole field. A few packs forming again here. Tanner Costa still leading this little train here of trucks. It looks like they're slowly starting to reel in Gilbert and co. And Gilbert under pressure from Paskowicz again. Still under pressure, big pressure now. And Paskowicz find a way by now. He's trying very hard. As there goes Kleinschmidt to the inside of Paskowicz. Can he make the move stick though? That middle line really coming into play now, getting rubbered down, and it's faster than the inside line. And you see that there, by the way Paskowicz was able to pull away from the 0-5 and get ahead. And it's still all over the back of Kyle Gilbert there as they go into 3. Go a bit further back here. We've got a battle between Bob Lacavara and Ty Harris for the P18 spot on lap 63 now of 100, and yeah, 3 cautions, so not bad. Robert Dudley's fallen 1 lap down now. But he's ahead of Bob Lacavara. Joe Morganti's fallen back to P20 now. And he's in a small battle with Chad Witt here. Chad Witt going to slide in behind him. Not Chad Witt, Jeffrey Meyer. My God, those green decals really throwing me off. There's Chad Witt in the number 77. All on his own right now. And I will get that paint scheme fixed, Chad, don't worry. I keep promising that. There's Marshall Newton there in the 76. He's currently occupying P22. Last driver on the lead lap. Got a bit of rear end damage there from a bit of a scrape there. Meanwhile, back at the front, Parker Alexander has started to reel in Chris Bouchard here as we start lap 65 of 100. Parker Alexander back there with John Jenkins right behind him as well. Dylan Moskowitz still all on his own there. Matt Kleinschmidt now in 5th place has finally got around Kyle Gilbert. Gilbert though still managing to get a run on the 05. Paskys just back there in P7. Still under pressure from Mike Whitaker here. And Acosta back there still battling it out with those guys back there. He's got Hunter King right behind him. Francois Pelletier is there as well. And Jordan Barry is there too. There is Jordan Barry just ahead of Sean Weaver now. Who's still... Where is he? Oh, Sean Weaver's 2 laps down, so problems for Weaver earlier on in the race. Got Johnny Antonucci for company as well. And Devon Doss. So Devon Doss has fallen. And Devon Doss is actually the next driver for position behind Jordan Barry. Barry's going to have a lap car going around him here as here comes Devon Doss. He's got close right up to the back of the 34. Can't do anything about it though, can Devon Doss? He is got Johnny Antonucci to the bottom of the track and below him, not able to do anything, so he's going to use the draft of Johnny Antonucci to get around Jordan Barry. Looks like it's starting to work so far, and it works a treat as he goes around Jordan Barry. Barry falls to P13. He can't sit back though. He's got Wayne Carroll Jr. right on his rear now as well, so he cannot relax. He needs to try and stay up there with Devon Doss. Meanwhile, back at the front again, this battle for the lead is getting ever closer as John Jenkins is now working to the outside of Parker Alexander here for that second spot. Question is he going to win this battle? He's getting a better run on the outside. You can see that there by the way he's pulling up to the side on the outside of Parker Alexander. And he gets it. John Jenkins up to 2nd place now. A bit further back, Dylan Moskowitz is now under pressure from Matt Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt going to dive into the inside there for P4. Is he going to get the run though? The bottom line is not the favourable line anymore, as we've lost Dylan Moskowitz. Moskowitz having a few connection issues there. And you're right, Tyler. Nobody's winning the drinking game tonight. Kyle Gilbert there back in 6th place. He's just let Sean Weaver by. Weaver, I'm guessing, is on much fresher tyres than he is. 6 laps on his tyres. That's why he's 2 laps down. And I'm assuming green flag pit stops will be coming a factor soon. Dylan Moskowitz having huge connection problems right now. As I believe he's finally dropped. Yes, he has. Ty Harris there just behind Bob Lacavara. Not had the easiest races as the man in the number 1 truck. Neither has Bob Lacavara. He's there in P17. Ray Black Jr. having such a good start. has fallen back to P16, so outside the top 15 now. The man in the 07. Moskowitz is back. But for how long? Kyle Gilbert still under pressure from Kevin Paskys here. Paskys going to try the outside move on Gilbert here. And he makes it move. Charles Leclerc, eat your heart out. And here comes Mike Whitaker to the inside of Gilbert now. We've got Hoot Baker in pit road. He's been in there for a while now, though. Still waiting for those green flag pit stops to come along. As Mike Whitaker's still trying to work on the back of Kyle Gilbert. Johnny Antonucci is starting to make his way for the field now after he's taken his pit stop. As he gets around Mike Whitaker. It's Bouchard though, under pressure from John Jenkins now. Jenkins going to dive into the inside of Bouchard here. And Jenkins is going to take away the lead here. Or is he? Because Bouchard's going to squeeze him down now to the bottom line. He's going to try and get that side draft and try and get that lead back, but it's not going to work here. John Jenkins got the better run down the backstretch. Is he going to take it away? Can he get the clear going into 3? Answer is no. Bouchard's still staying with him. They're still side by side as they go through 3 and 4. Now Bouchard gives it up, I believe, as Bouchard has to back off because we are under caution here. Joe Morganti in trouble. Go back and find out what happened to Morganti. I've known him for a couple of years now. You'd think I'd get his name right by now. As wow, what happened there? Let's go back and find out. Smacks the outside wall through 4. And that was enough to bring out the caution as he wrecks it into pit road. So kind of in the right place at the right time. So caution number 4 is out here on lap 75. John Jenkins taking the lead there at the most opportune moment from Chris Bouchard. Bouchard in second place there. And Bradley Allison's put it behind the wall, I believe. Yes, he has. So John Jenkins going to bring it down pit road now. And while they're doing that, we're going to step away for a caution of our own. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes after these messages.
Down into turn number 1. Another slide job and crossover. The brakes are glowing on that left front as we go 3 wide for the 3rd spot. Making sure they won't pull up. Almost in intersection. Almost pushing each other into the intersection and around.
We are back live here from Auto Club Speedway. We are still under caution here, but problems for John Jenkins. He has fallen all the way back to... Where is he? I don't even see him anymore. Trying to find him. He's fallen back to P14. You see him right there. Big problems in pit road. So unfortunate there for the man in the 25. Took the lead just before the caution came out. So not sure what's happening there. Meanwhile, back at the front, Chris Bouchard has regained the lead.
Sound resumed.
And joining me in the booth now is Mr. Hoot Baker. Hoot, having such a strong run in the early running of the race, for it to come undone for you like that, must be disappointed right now.
Oh yeah, you know, we had a good run there, and we had a second caution. I just got caught coming out late, coming out in the pits. That put me back in the pack there, and it just went downhill from there. Got involved in a 3 wide, tried to back out, just got hit, and you know, it just went downhill. But I was having a pretty good run there for a while up front. You know, that's life.
Yeah, and it was probably one of your strongest runs all season. Those new triple screens really doing you a favour right now.
Oh yeah, that, you know, been putting a little time out on the tracks and all, and just trying to get better. And a little nervous about coming in because we haven't driven around each other tonight. But I would say that we've done pretty good tonight. It's been a very good broadcast, I would assume. Yeah, it's been very good as the pace car is off and we're under green again. Chris Bouchard not wasted any time this time as Parker Alexander going to slide right behind him. Kyle Gilbert's going to be right there as well as Kleinschmidt going to work to the inside of the 227. Going into turn 1, he's going to try and get a 2 for 1 here. Did try and stick the nose in underneath Parker Alexander. Not able to make it work this time round. Oh, almost banging doors there, coming out of 2 between Gilbert and Kleinschmidt. Paskys is right there as well in that P5 position. Was there in the 4. Meanwhile, we've still got... Oh, we got a big wreck on the tri-oval. Big wreck, that's the big one. Bear with me for a second one. A lot of good trucks involved in that. Robert Dudley, Bob Lacavara, David Bigger was the man who was involved in the crash with us. Take a look at that again. Just slid up the track, took David Bigger up to the wall with him, and bang! There it is. Looks like Ty Harris was involved in that one as well. As Redback Jr. is crabbing quite spectacularly. Anyway, that was the big one, and that's promoted Matt Kleinschmidt to the lead now as Chris Bouchard, Parker Alexander, Dylan Moskowitz, Jeffrey Meyer, and a whole host of other trucks taking it pitside, possibly to get repairs as well, because there were a lot of trucks involved in that one, Hoot. Yeah, gut sound. Looks like Matt stayed out.
Yeah, he did.
Along with Kyle Gilbert, KP, Jordan Berry,
Wayne Carroll Jr.
Let me go see.
Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Let me go see. Just because I don't know if you ran it down before we went in. I'm just gonna see the standings coming in tonight.
I already went through it.
Okay.
Let's go through it again though while we're here, as they're under caution. And yeah, Tanner Costa coming into tonight, leading the chase standings. Matt Kleinschmidt, who's just taking the pit side, by the way, he's sitting in second. John Jenkins in third. Carl Gilbert is in fourth. John Jenkins though just been hit with some bad luck there. Got to the lead just before the caution came out, and the previous caution came out, and dropped back to P14. He's probably going to be moving up a few spots now. Dylan Moskowitz sits in fifth. Sixth is Sean Weaver. Seventh is Kevin Paskys, and eighth, just on the bubble, is Mike Whitaker. Ninth, and the guys on the outside looking in are Jeffrey Meyer, 6 points back. Chris Bouchard also 6 points back. Chadwick 11 points back, and Brandon Stokes, who's not here tonight and is looking to be eliminated here. He is 28 points back in 12th place. So Brandon Stokes going to be eliminated by default here after not turning up for tonight's race.
Yeah, and that's a little rough, you know, because we ended up having to take last week off and delay the race. And, you know, there were some people that said it worked out for them, and obviously it didn't work out so well for others.
Yeah. So Clarence Schmidt did not take a pit side, I do apologise, but he is in the lead. And a win here would guarantee him a spot in the second round, so looking good for the man in the 0-5, but he's got chase contenders right behind him in Kyle Gilbert and Kevin Paskys. And the next chase contender behind them is actually the chase leader, Tanner Costa. He's in P7. Mike Whitaker is currently sitting P8. Jeffrey Meyer is in P9. And Chris Bichard, P10. Next chase contender will be Dylan Moskowitz. He's in P12. 13th is John Jenkins. The next one after that is turn down for the field. Pablo Acavaro, he's a alternate. Johnny Antonucci, David Bigger, Johnny Antonucci, Joe Morganti. Yep, that's all the chase contenders there. So lights are about to go off of the pace car here. 19 laps to go. Going to be 18 laps. Going to be 17 laps to go when we go green. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty now. Who do you reckon's going to get this one?
You know what? I do not have a clue, because I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people running up front now that weren't there to begin with, and you know, I may be mistaken on that, but a lot of people moved up to the field, a lot of people moved back, and it's squirrely out there, but everybody's driving pretty well. Yeah.
And it's kind of refreshing not having so many cautions tonight. I mean, it's good to see everybody having strong races out there for a change.
Yeah, I mean, and especially you got to give kudos to KP out there. You know, KP's been sick all week and driving sick tonight, and just maintaining very well.
Yep, driving through the pain barrier, as they say. So, and he's currently sitting in third place. He's got Jordan Barry to his outside. Barry actually fell right to the back of the field at one point and finds himself now in the top 5. Same for Devin Doss. He fell right back as well. He's in the top 5. Wayne Carroll Jr. has been strong all night, and same for Mike Whitaker. He's been right there too. Tanner Costa was at the front for the start of it, but he's going to have a fast start, and Chris Bichard to his outside. So, well, on the next row behind him, so he needs to be careful as they come through turns 3 and 4. Matt Kleinschmidt going to lead them to the green here. Question is, how is he going to control the guys on this restart? This is the first time we've seen him restart a field here in this race. As the pace car peels off, we're going to get them going once again as Kleinschmidt not wasting any time. He did hold him down slightly, but didn't waste too much time there as he's got them underway again. So 17 laps to go here at Auto Club. And Paskys already looking to the inside of Kyle Gilbert here as they make their way through turns 1 and 2. Paskys going to get the clear here as he moves up to second place. And how special would a win here be for Kevin Paskys? Had a rough week with illness, as Baker has already mentioned, and to get a win here would absolutely turn his week around here.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to be watching back here around, 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So that's where they're getting a little busy.
Yeah, back with Wayne Carroll Jr. They're all bunched together there. Currently working on the outside of Tanner Costa. And already Chris Bichard is starting to make his way for the field. He's already up to he's made up one position, up to P8. So it's going to be a challenge to see how the fresher tired guys are going to be working, as we're seeing Parker Alexander 3 wide between himself, Hunter King, and I believe that's Francois Pelletier to his outside. No, it's Jeffrey Meyer. I do apologise. As, oh, Devin Doss almost getting into the side of Wayne Carroll Jr. there. And everybody racing behind Gilbert and Paskys, racing like it's the final lap as Wayne Carroll Jr. Pulls a wild move to defend from Tanner Costa and Devin Doss. That's let Chris Bouchard in on the inside now as they go through 1 and 2. So Bouchard's starting to make a move through the field now. With 15 laps to go here. And it's getting down to it.
And he's dragging a lot of people down with him. And he's popping up.
Yep. He's bringing Parker Alexander with him, incidentally. So the two guys on the freshest tyres making their way forward now. And the guys in front of them, most notably Matt Kleinschmidt, Kevin Paskys and Kyle Gilbert, going to be praying for a caution right now as they are on much older tyres than the 28 and the 27. Paskys able to get away. Kleinschmidt is actually half a second up the road now, so he's starting to check out a bit now.
Yep, and Chris Bouchard is not letting it go. But, you know, he's trying to drag people along with him. They may be picking wolves.
As I already mentioned, Kleinschmidt is determined to get back up there. He's on the outside looking in, coming into tonight, so he's determined to get on the right side of the line here as he's defending for his life against Parker Alexander. Alexander not in the chase, let's not forget him, and that's not slowing him down some, as he's battling for a win as well, regardless of the chase contenders, as they've closed in on the back of Kyle Gilbert now. Gilbert could be in a bit of trouble here very soon, as with 13 laps to go here. If this is going to go green for the rest of the way, can the top three hold on? That's the biggest question, as there goes Bouchard to the inside of Gilbert now. I don't think Gilbert's got enough in those tyres to defend from the 28. And he doesn't. There goes Bouchard to the inside and takes away third place from Gilbert, and Parker Alexander going to follow him through. As Parker Alexander going to try the inside line of Bouchard as well. No, he's not. He gets around Gilbert though. Gilbert not going to try and let him get away though, even though he's dropped to P5. And he's losing ground here. Kevin Paskys trying to close in on Matt Kleinschmidt now. The gap now down to 0.3 of a second, but he's got Parker Alexander and Chris Bouchard behind him. Bouchard under attack from Parker Alexander now. Alexander dives to the inside and takes away third place. As Paskys now under pressure from Alexander. Almost side by side as they go into turn 3. Alexander going to dive it in. Takes away second place there from Paskys, and there goes Bouchard as well to the inside. And Bouchard moves up to third place as well. Paskys just has nothing for those guys on those older tyres. Meanwhile, a bit further. Yeah. Sorry, Hoot.
Yeah, I was gonna say the tires are they're going away about lap 12, about lap 15 is where they really start to come in and be an issue.
Yeah, and they're on that right now. Wayne Carroll Jr. meanwhile right behind Tanner Costa. Costa just took the position away from Carroll Jr. Carroll Jr. not going to let him get away though. As Tanner Costa is getting away, so that's a bit of a unfortunate thing for Wayne Carroll Jr. But Gordon Barry up there in P8. He was up in the top 5 before. He's dropped back a few places now. And Hunter King on fresher tyres. He's back there in P9. Dylan Moskowitz up into the top 10 again after getting around Jeffrey Meyer. Ray Black Jr. sits in P12. And he's got John Jenkins right behind him. Jenkins going to try the inside line as they go towards turn 3 now. Try and take away that 12 spot, and he's going to get him. He's got a lot of speed there compared to the 07, and he gets him. So John Jenkins' recovery drive continues. He's up to P12 now, but Ray Black Jr. going to cross him over. And they're side by side as they come towards the line. Oh, that's a dead heat. Yeah, my broadcast may be delayed, but I'm showing Parker making a move and possibly taking one here. Yeah, and he did take first place there. He's in the lead. And Chris Bouchard got to try and follow him through as well. Dive into the inside of the 05. And this is a battle between chase contenders now. Never mind about Parker Alexander. He's not in the chase. He's just going to try and win the race regardless. We're 8 laps to go here. About to go 7 laps to go here. And this has been a fun race so far. Tanner Costa, meanwhile, under attack from Jordan Barry now. How's Jordan Barry going to do this? He's going to try and take the inside line. No, he's not. He's going to stay behind him for now. Wayne Carroll Jr. just sitting behind him. Let's not count out Hunter King is on fresher tyres compared to those guys, so he'll be looking to get round. Everybody just pretty much spread out now. Just wait till the last 5 to go, though. That's when it all kicks off. As Parker Alexander still leads this thing just ahead of Chris Bouchard. Bouchard unable to hang with the 28 for now. No, the 27, sorry, for now. And a win for Chris Bouchard would actually lock him into round 2. So he's going to be desperate to get around Parker Alexander right now.
Yeah, and I know he's looking to move around, and it looks like, you know, KP's dropping off a little bit, but, yeah, Chris seems to be pretty happy just keeping Matt off right now.
Yeah, Matt Kleinschmidt. Hey, oh, we've got problems here. Chris Bouchard has let Matt Kleinschmidt through. Let's go back and take a look, because I'm thinking Chris Bouchard must have hit the wall somewhere. And he did on the exit of turn 4, slams into the wall. And I think any hope of a win here for Chris Bouchard has just completely gone out the window here. And the next flag will end the race here right now. So we are 5 laps to go. Next flag ends it. Paskys just holding on to 4th ahead of Kyle Gilbert, who's the last man in the top 5 there. Tanner Costa in 6th, Wayne Carroll Jr. 7th, Hunter King battling it out with Dylan Moskowitz there for P8 there. He's got to get the bottom line there. Moskowitz putting him under attack. As Hunter King going to win the battle. He's now going to try and move on the inside of Wayne Carroll Jr. at the same time. He's going to make a stick though, as here comes John Jenkins now. He's starting to make a move through. He's up to the top 10. Here comes Jeffrey Meyer to the inside of Jenkins. Try and take that top 10 spot away, but no, Jenkins is going to try on the inside. Everyone is shuffling around now for the last 3 laps now. 3 laps to go here. Parker Alexander is pretty much checked out ahead of Matt Kleinschmidt. Kleinschmidt able to stay ahead of Chris Bouchard, who I believe has got some pretty serious damage on that number 28 truck. Paskowicz and Gilbert there rounding out your top 5. And the whole gaggle of trucks there. Tanner Costa just leading there in P6, as the popsicle sticks will be out this time by. And there goes John Jenkins to the inside of Hunter King now. So who is going to claim the spots in the lower top part of the top 10? Anybody from that bunch of trucks there can claim it. Ray Black Jr. in the background there trying to make a move. He's down in P13. That's how far back this pack goes. Mike Whittaker just sitting right behind that as well.
Oh, a little contact there.
Yeah.
Yep, they're definitely playing around now with the 3 wide. You know, that's what you got to do late in the race like that.
And all the while they're battling out, Tanner Costa and co are catching onto the back of Kyle Gilbert and Kevin Paskowicz. Meanwhile, back at the front, Parker Alexander crosses the line. The white flag is out this time by. Parker Alexander has a half a second lead over Matt Kleinschmidt right now. And Kleinschmidt looking good to lock himself into round 2 here, as he's holding on to second place ahead of Chris Bouchard. Bouchard all over the rear fender of the 05, but Kleinschmidt really putting it to the rest of the guys here.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with Chris even being able to hold on like that, after hitting the wall like that, that's some hell of a driving there.
Yeah, as Parker Alexander comes out of turn 4. The side-by-side for second place, though. Parker Alexander going to win this, but who's going to claim second place? They touch coming out of turn 4, and Matt Kleinschmidt going to claim second place there. But what an incident there between Kleinschmidt and Bouchard. Wow, what a finish. Paskys able to hold on for P4 and Kyle Gilbert able to hold on for P5. P6 goes to John Jenkins, 7th goes to Moskowitz, 8th goes to Tanner Costa, 9th goes to Hunter King, and rounding out the top 10 in the end was Jordan Barry. But your man, that is the winner here tonight. That is Mr. Parker Alexander. And I do usually have to make a vote for the driver of the night, the BOFA driver of the night. And that will have to be Matt Kleinschmidt. What a run that man has had tonight. Getting into it with Chris Bouchard. But when chase points are on the line, anything is legal. So, great thing. Great battle in there for Kleinschmidt. As,
yeah, I was going to say, and that finish right there, and that's, you know, just two good drivers right there. They know where they're at, and they could even bump doors, and, you know, but they, you know, they're competitive enough, and they didn't wreck each other out. So that was just very good on their parts. They went for it, they fought each other, and that's how you do it.
Yeah, and your winner here, Parker Alexander. Waiting for him to come up to the middle of the screen there so I can take a nice little screenshot of him. And that is your winner here, Mr. Matt Kleinschmidt. As we are going to go straight to interviews now, and let's see. Let's speak to third place, Mr. Chris Bouchard. Chris Bouchard, Sam up in the booth. You got me, sir?
Yes, I do.
Oh, what a battle between... One second now. Yeah. That battle between you and Matt Kleinschmidt near the end there, that must have sent some adrenaline through the veins.
I needed every single point, and I had to move them, and I tried to do it as clean as possible, but man, I don't know. I'm nearly in tears right now. So
yeah, that was a tough race. I mean, you led most laps here tonight, but ultimately,
again,
yeah. At least you get a bonus point. That might have helped a bit, but
I hope.
But anyway, Chris, a very hard-fought race here tonight. That last pit stop was hoping to bring you to the very front, but a big mistake coming out of turn 4 really put pay to a chances of a win here tonight.
Yeah, I wasn't driving the same at all in those last 10 laps. The adrenaline was kicking in and everything, and I was just driving it like a pissed-off teenager, so I screwed up at the end for sure. I could have beat Parker, but I threw it in the wall and then I lost the spot to Kleinschmidt, so hopefully these points will pan out. Absolutely,
as a lot of chase drivers did finish behind you, so hopefully you've made up some points here tonight. So what are your thoughts on the race as a whole? I mean, we had 5 cautions, I believe. You were at the front for most of it, but you did fall back after that last pit stop. What was it like fighting for the crowd there?
I was kind of disappointed that no one else pit, because as you saw, like, we were going to run straight through the field. And we ran straight through the field. If everyone else pit, then it would have been fine for me at least. But sucks that last caution came out. I was hoping other people would pit with me. I figured if I pit, no one else will, and if I don't pit, everyone will. So it's one of those situations where you're the dominant car, and the late race caution always kind of screws them over.
Absolutely, and I know it's not the result you wanted here tonight, But moving ahead to next week, we do go to Talladega. Just give us your thoughts on that track and what do you reckon you got for these guys?
It all depends on if I'm in the chase, but if I am, you gotta win Talladega to feel good about Bristol, because I saw that round when the schedule got announced, and I'm like, man, that is gonna be one killer round. Talladega and Bristol, like, you kidding me?
Yeah, two tracks of different
of chaos.
Yeah, two tracks of chaos for different reasons. I mean, one's high speed, one's slow speed, but they both cause just about the same amount of damage. But Chris, congratulations on the third place again. I know it's not the position we wanted tonight, but that's the hand that's been dealt to you. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's third place?
I gotta thank KP for everything he does for this league. Thank God he got this session at night and everything, and everything's all right with him and all that. Sam, thank you for broadcasting this. Where's Tony at?
He's a bit under the weather himself. He's got sinus infection.
Oh, okay. Well, Tony, I know you're watching, so hey, Tony.
And Chris, when are we going to see you in the Classic IndyCar Series?
I actually do not know, like, for sure Sonoma, but that's like December. So like right now, this is my only race of the week on iRacing as a whole, just because of school and everything. And if I don't make the next round, I'm just gonna get off of iRacing and focus on school and everything. I need to focus on that.
Take a bit of a sabbatical. But anyway, Chris, congratulations one more time on the podium. Hopefully, we'll see you next week at Talladega.
Hopefully, I'm praying right now.
Anyway, we'll see. We'll hopefully see you next week.
All right, thanks.
As that was our third place finisher, Mr. Chris Bouchard. Let's go to our second place finisher, Mr. Matt Kleinschmidt. Let's go and grab him right there. Matt Kleinschmidt, sound up in the booth if you got me, sir.
Yes.
A very hard fought second place there. Bumping and banging with Chris Bouchard as you come into the line there. You've got to be happy with that second place tonight, especially as it moves you closer to that second round.
Yeah, it was a fun race. He really drove it in hard there, and when we touched, I thought he was going to run me in the wall a little more than he was. I got a little loose, came back down into him. Didn't mean to hit him that hard, but good second place finish.
Absolutely, and that second place finish pretty much puts you in the second round here, Matt. So it's looking positive with you going towards Talladega. Just give us your thoughts going towards that race, and what do you reckon you can do for the rest of this chase?
Yeah, just trying to keep it smooth and finish the race and keep the truck clean, and I think I'll be there at the end.
Absolutely. Just want to mention about this race. Had a pretty quiet race up until the end there. I mean, you were up there in the top 10, but it wasn't until the last part of the race you really started pushing your way forward. Just how did the truck feel out there, and do you reckon you had enough to win here tonight?
No, I don't think I had enough to beat those two guys. They were pretty good, but I slowly moved up the field the whole race, so I was probably third place. Probably could have just got it without the strategy, but I don't think I could have beat those other two guys.
But anyway, you still came out on top against one of them. Came second in the race here tonight, Matt, and congratulations for that one. And you do get the Beaufort Driver of the Night award tonight as well, so congratulations for that one. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's second place?
I'll give a shout out to the admins, and then you guys for doing the broadcasts, and Bad Boys Racing.
Okay, Matt. Well, we'll see you next week from Dega.
All right, thanks.
That was our second place finisher, Mr. Matt Kleinschmidt, and now joining us in the booth, he's stunk up the show again, and he's come home with another victory. The man in the number 27. Paying tribute to a dirt track racer who suddenly passed recently. Parker Alexander coming home with another win here tonight. You've got to be happy with that, especially with the last run near the end.
Yeah, it's an emotional one, man. Greg Hodney, he was one of my favorite sprint car drivers, and he sadly passed away a couple Thursdays ago. So I'm glad I got the win for him. I believe this is 3 in a row now, maybe. I don't know. It was a good race. You know, not that many cautions. That last run was very fun. Getting through all that traffic. I restarted the 11th, and making your way through the field is a lot of fun. I didn't think I was going to be that good today. I'm usually not great at the night truck, like racing at night in the trucks. And I'm usually not that good at Auto Club.
Yeah,
So it was pretty fun.
Absolutely. I mean, you started on the pole here tonight and fell back in the early part of the race. Was that all strategy, or did you just get off to a bad start there?
I was trying to save my tires there on the early runs, and it paid off. Paid off on the first couple runs. I was catching Chris, and then that last long run, whenever I got underneath him, going for the lead, we hit, and I got a little bit of aero damage that slowed me down a little bit on the straights. So it was kind of hard to come back from that. The only reason I really pitted was because of the damage, and I'm really glad I did pit because Bouchard was definitely coming.
Yeah, but he had his own issues of his own. He was having a huge battle with Matt Kleinschmidt behind you. Did you get a good view of that behind in your rearview mirror, or were you just focused on getting to the finish line?
Once I was like maybe 200 meters from the finish line, I started looking in my mirror, thinking, "Wow, that's quite the battle." But yeah, they were beating and banging off of each other. It looked like a whole lot of fun. I'm glad I was a little bit ahead of them. I didn't want to get involved in that.
Yeah, and you didn't get involved in that. You brought home the victory tonight. Next week we head to the 2.5 mile demon known as Talladega. Just give us your thoughts on that and what you reckon you got for these guys here.
Well, it's doubtful to make it 4 in a row. I haven't had that much luck here in the restrictor plates in this league. I remember Talladega in the Xfinity cars I wrecked out, so yeah, I don't have that good of luck. Hopefully we can change that next week.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations on the win here, Parker. Another win on the scoreboard for yourself. Is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's victory?
I'd like to thank KP for putting on the league. I'm glad you're feeling better, Kevin. I want to thank Jordan Worth for letting me put Bottom Split Night in America on the hood. That's every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Bottom Split NIS Open. It's a lot of fun. They hang out. It's at twitch.tv/Bobby_Labani.
Okay, Parker. Well, congratulations one more time. And we'll see you next week from Dega.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, that was our race winner, Mr. Parker Alexander. And joining us in the booth now is league owner Kevin Paskys. 4th place on the night, especially driving through the pain barrier here tonight, KP. You've got to be happy with the top 5 tonight.
Yeah, I'm not going to complain. You know, feeling sick and feeling down and all of that. And then I had something crawling on my leg like the last 10 or 15 laps that was bothering me, and I didn't want to look at it. Come to find out it was a big old spider. So somehow managed to do that too.
So you've had a lot to contend with tonight. You were having one hellacious battle with Carl Gilbert near the end there. Just talk us through that and how were you able to stay ahead of him? Because he was all over the back of your truck right there.
We were just having fun. I mean, you know, we were going back and forth. I think we spent probably most of the middle part of the race right, either one of us right in front of the other one or behind the other one. So, you know, Kyle's a good guy to race around. I really enjoy racing around him a lot. So, it was just a lot of fun. And yeah, he got up there, and I, you know, last lap I missed my mark going into 1 by a ton. and he got around me, but then I just got that hellacious run off of 4 and went down to the apron and beat him back to the line. So it was a lot of fun. You know, 4th place, 1st, 10th, it doesn't matter. A race to the line is always fun. So, but I have our chase standings if you guys are interested.
Yeah, shoot away.
All right, now I do want to say these are unofficial. We have to go back and look and see if there were any major issues, anything like that. I don't think there were, but still, I want to say that as of right now, they are unofficial. But advancing are going to be Matt Kleinschmidt with 70 points, Tanner Koster with 64 points. He's also tied with John Jenkins at 64 points. So both of them are moving on. 62 points will go to Kyle Gilbert. 58 points will go to Dylan Moskowitz in 5th. And hold on a second, guys. I realized I just screwed up my math.
But anyway, while you're figuring that out, yeah, it's such a good race tonight. Probably one of the best you guys have had all season. Only 5 cautions here tonight. You got to be happy with how the race turned out tonight, KP. Oh, he's going to do his high power gazintas.
Yeah, I'm really happy about it. Sorry, guys. But yeah, we had a really good race. You know, I think most of the incidents were minor. I know we had that one big dust up that happened that didn't bring out a caution, but it wasn't bad. Really enjoyed racing around a lot of the guys tonight. There was a lot of respect going around that track tonight, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, and good to see one of your teammates come back tonight, Mr. Joe Morganti, seeing them out on the track tonight.
Yeah, we're glad to have Joe back. I know he didn't quite have the race back that he wanted, but he's more of a big speedway specialist. So, Daytona, Talladega, Pocono, places like that are kind of his specialty. So, but glad to have him back, and he was he was sitting up there with Kyle and I towards the end of the race, reading us where all the other guys in the points were around us and who was where and who was what, and keeping us calm. So even though he didn't finish well tonight, he still did a good job doing that.
Absolutely. And looking ahead to next week, speaking of super speedways, we're going back to a track where you won last time out, KP. Do you reckon you're going to make it 2 from 2 and advance to the final?
We're going to try. Talladega is just a really hard track. It's kind of it's a crapshoot, and it kind of depends on who you got pushing you, who you got, around you, and just how the chips fall. Up to that last 5 laps where you can really make something of it, it just really kind of depends on luck and a little bit of skill, but mostly luck, to keep the truck clean and keep it, good to go up until the last 10 laps of the race or so. So we'll see. I'm excited to go back. I'd really like to transfer through without having to worry about points, especially with guys like Matt and Jenkins and Gilbert and all those guys that are going to be so very tough to beat in this next round. So, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun race for sure. And I know Hoot will be looking for some better luck next week after having such a good run.
Yes.
Well, we'll see how it goes. Like I said, I had a good run tonight there for a little bit, and then just had a bad on that second caution. Just came out way too late after that, and wound up back in that pack, and just went downhill from there. I think I got shook a little bit, but pretty happy about the run. We'll see. I'm a little bit better. We'll look for better days at Talladega.
Absolutely. KP, have you got the rest of the chase standings there, or are you going to work it out?
Yes, I do. So I want to be transparent with folks, because of how I numbered these. Because we had a tie, I numbered them incorrectly and realized that I had one extra person in the chase who wasn't in the chase. So I do apologize. Luckily, we didn't get to that person, so we're all good. But again, going into the playoffs, going into the next round, Matt Kleinschmidt will be in first place with 70 points. Tied for second with 64 points apiece will be Tanner Coster and John Jenkins. In fourth place will be Kyle Gilbert with 62 points. Dylan Moskowitz will finish out with 58 points in fifth place. I myself will transfer in sixth place. I had a total of 57 points. And seventh place was Chris Bouchard, who squeaked in with 52 points.
He'll be happy about that.
And yes, he will be after the problem he had last week. And then Sean Weaver will be our final position, 49 points and 8. And this is why we have to go back, and I want to make absolutely sure, because Michael Whitaker has 48 points according to this.
Right.
And I want to go back and make sure we absolutely got everything correct before these are posted officially. But as of right now, that's where it stands. You're 8th and then the 1 out. So there you guys have it.
So that's it. That's the 8 going through to the second round, starting at Talladega next week. KP, definitely a great result for yourself tonight. Great result for the league with such a competitive race and very few cautions, only minor incidents bringing that up. But is there anybody you'd like to thank for tonight's race and everything else going forward?
Well, we want to, obviously always thank you guys for putting it on. And, I think we have one of the best groups of racers in iRacing. Just a group of guys that, when we get down and out, when something goes wrong, we don't generally turn on each other. We, as a group, seem to be able to say, all right, let's work on this. So thank you to all of our racers and our crew guys, and obviously you guys as our broadcasters. And then, of course, we personally have to thank PH Aware for sticking with us, and Actilian Pharmaceuticals for letting us put them on the car. And also, I do need to give a special shout out tonight. They're probably not watching, but if they are, I hope they are. We had a PH patient who was very big in the community pass away this last week. Her name was Sabrina Lawrence. Amazingly talented writer and advocate for PH patients, who unfortunately, passed away due to this disease. So we want to let her family and friends know that we're thinking of them, and thinking of them here at Phenomenal, and of course Paskys, and just everywhere else. So, but I think that's all I got. So. Thank you again, drivers, for having a great race tonight. Thank you, Sam, for doing the broadcast, and yeah, we'll be back at Talladega next week.
Okay, and thank you again, KP. And with that, we are going to go to our results once I've figured out how to do the music. Second out. Yep. Now. We are going to go to our results for tonight's race as Parker Alexander stinking up the show again, bringing home his 3rd race win in a row in the series. And how much of a threat he would have made in the chase if he had more starts. He comes home with the win tonight. Matt Kleinschmidt advances into round 2, and he finishes 2nd after one hell of a battle with Chris Bouchard, who finishes 3rd. Kevin Paskys comes home in 4th. Kyle Gilbert comes home in 5th and rounds out the top 5. In 6th place was John Jenkins. 7th place, Dylan Moskowitz. 8th place was Tanner Costa. 9th, Hunter King. And rounding out the top 10 was Jordan Barry. In 11th place was Jeffrey Meyer. 12th place was Mike Whitaker. 13th place, Wayne Carroll Jr. 14th, Devin Doss. And running out of top 15 was Sean Weaver. 16th was Ray Black Jr. after a good run earlier in the race. James McDavid was 17th. Chad Witt 18th. 19th, Butch Frazier. And rounding out the top 20 was Marshall Newton. In 21st, we had Francois Pelletier. 22nd, we had Johnny Antonucci. 23rd, we had Robert Dudley. 24th, Bob Lacavara. 25th, Tyrone Harris. 26th, David Bigger. 27th was Joe Morganti. 28th was Hoot Baker. 29th was Bradley Allison. And rounding out your field of 30 was the 78 of Matthew Tyrrell. Well, that is going to do it here tonight for both for broadcasting and for the Paskys Cardiac Truck Series. A very entertaining race here at Auto Club, and more will be coming next week when we go to Talladega. But before that, we will be back on your screens on Wednesday night with Top Fuel Racing as the IRA teams go to Michigan International Speedway. Going to be one hell of a race there. Do not miss it. We will be going live from approximately 9 p.m. Thursday, we go to Charlotte with the Somo, Portside Jaguar and Land Rover Cup Series. And then Friday, we head to Dover with Go Fast Racing as well as Major League Esports on Saturday. And then Sunday, we are back with the Bofa Indy Classic Series as they take to the Road Atlanta track for round 3 of the brand new series, brought to you by the guys broadcasting right now. So with that being said, that is your schedule up until next week when we go to Talladega. It's going to be a schedule not to be missed, so do not go anywhere for the next few days. You're not going to want to miss any of the races coming up soon. But for now, that is going to do it for myself. All that's left for me to say is keep it clean, keep it green, and we will see you on Wednesday night live from Michigan International Speedway with Top Fuel Racing and their IR18 series. Have a good night.